In the AMGA Single Pitch Instructor curriculum, there are some top managed assistance skills. These assistance skills include a 3-to-1 hauling system and a 3-to-1 plus 1 or a 3-to-1 assisted hauling system. Again, these are assistance skills. You can use them in rescue scenarios, but more than likely you're going to use them to assist your day in providing good instruction. We're going to look at these today, these two systems, and show you some nuances to them, and we're going to show you how to apply those in your everyday climbing and or guiding. The tools that you will need for these techniques will be some sort of ABD. I find the gree works best again. You'll need a locking carabiner and some sort of prusik cord. When doing the 3-to-1 hauling system, you can do it basically the entire length of the rope. This is one of the positives for it. The gree ends up becoming the ratchet, and the tractor is a prusik, or you could use some sort of a tib lock, or a mechanical device like a nano traction or micro traction or something like that. But generally, we can put this on. We could even leave it on the rope if we think that our client might have an issue or whatever, or a climbing buddy might have an issue getting through some sort of a move, to just help them out through it. So here we're going to look at the 3-to-1 system, just quick, putting on a prusik on the load strand and pulling the climber up. Here our climber's gotten into a position where they need some assistance, and so I'm going to first go ahead and secure the brake strand of the rope by tying a knot. So now my hand's free and I can work with the tools that I have. I'm going to use a prusik here. This prusik is a 5mm cord that's tied off with a double fisherman's. I cut mine to 3 feet 7 inches, 3 feet 8 inches to make them about the perfect size for most climbing ropes. So I'm going to put on an auto block, and I'm just going to use my lasso technique here. The auto block's great, it usually catches, and obviously, as you can see, it's quite fast to put on. So now that I've got this on, this does not need to be a locking carabiner because it's not a critical link. So I'm going to take the brake strand, redirect it through the carabiner, and now I've created my 3-to-1 pulley system. So I can go ahead and set my prusik down the rope. If I can't reach very far, I can use my foot to slide it down farther. So now I've got my hand on the brake. I take off the knot, and now I can start to pull. When we pull on this, it's best to use our legs if we have some sort of a stance. This stance is okay. I can kind of squat down here and stand up with my legs and then pull a little with my arms. So again, I'll squat down and stand up with my legs, and here I have enough strength to pull up with my arms. Do it one more time. So now it's getting too close to the anchor to where I can't pull efficiently anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and reset. The gree holds my progress, right? So that it's a progress capture. It holds the rope that I've taken in. So now I can push the friction hitch back down, reset it, and start pulling more rope in. Before I take off the prusik, I'm going to tie an overhand knot to take it off just so I can go hands-free again, and I might want to let my climber know that I'm stopping belaying for a second so they can pause. The other thing that we can do is we can just start belaying through the friction hitch. And most of the time, especially with the gree-gree, the friction hitch will tend itself. You can keep climbing, Zach. Okay, lean back. So the friction hitch just tended itself. If I would need to go ahead and do it again, I could reset up the 3-to-1 system. The other tool that we have that we can deploy, which truly is an assistant skill because it does use the climber, is the 3-to-1 plus 1 or the 3-to-1 assist. And this is a great tool to use if somebody's just having trouble getting to the top of a climb, but they still want to be part of the activity. It's also a great way if just a buddy's tired and we just need to get to the top of something. The restrictions here are we can only go 1/3 of the rope length down with this tool. So we can only put down, we have to put down a loop of rope, and so therefore that's 2/3 of the material, and then of course the climber's on the other 1/3 of the material already themselves. So that is a limitation of this particular tool. This tool is great because it does involve the climber. So again, first thing we're going to tie an overhand knot. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to put a locking carabiner. Sometimes it's nice to have an auto locking carabiner, albeit I would probably just choose a dual action because it's going to be hard for this climber possibly to get it open if it's a tri-action carabiner. So I'm going to put just a screw gate on this one, and then I'm going to start lowering this loop of rope down. So once the loop of rope gets to the climber, I'm going to instruct the climber to clip this to their belay loop. Zach, do you want to go ahead and clip that to your belay loop? That looks great. Yep, and go ahead and lock it down. Perfect. The next thing that I need to do is I need to instruct the climber which rope to pull on. So I'm going to have to instruct them to pull on the rope that the knot is on because we know that that's the brake strain. We want them to pull on the back side of the system that they're hanging on. So the knot helps me know that. Okay, Zach, you're going to pull on this rope when I tell you. Yep, that looks great. Give me just a second here to take this backup knot out. Okay, Zach, when you're ready, you can start pulling. This should be a slow and steady pull, and we need to instruct the climber to keep their hands away from the carabiner. We don't want them to get pinched. If you pull too hard on your side, they can get their hands in that carabiner and possibly pinch it. All right, nice work. You can lean back there. Once the climber gets up, again, we want to secure them on the brake strand. So we'll tie a knot. And now we can remove this system off of their belay loop. These two tools, when belaying from above, can be useful in many different scenarios. Practicing these in some sort of horizontal environment, like your backyard, on some trees at the local park, something like that, is advised. If you want to see more videos like this one, please like and subscribe. Comments also help, and I try to get to those as soon as I can.